Thank you, mate. Episode 1. That's pretty big.
Yes, sir.
So tell us a bit about you. Like, why'd you get into boxing?
Just got into boxing really to keep my head in shape. Used to always go out a lot with my friends, drinking, dying.
bit of scrapping.
Yeah, no, not really fighting so much, but just going out weeks on end, drinking, getting into trouble. Just like that, yeah. Wake up in the morning regretting life, making bad decisions. And then I got fat, put on loads of weight, and decided to get into the gym and get fighting, yeah.
There you go. So, I know we just saw your shed at home that you built your gym with like all your belts on. Go through some of them, have you?
So, I started fighting literally 2 years ago, I think. 2 years, January, I did my first inter club. So it's moved quite fast, really. But my first 4 fights, I just knocked everyone out cold. So I sort of got fast-tracked, really.
Yeah, I remember seeing it happen.
I got fast-tracked. All of a sudden, the fight started getting difficult really fast. But yes, managed to get a title after 5 fights, I think. I fought for a Midlands title. Yeah, where I knocked the kid out. Yeah, after dropping him a couple of times.
Seriously?
Yeah, to win the Midlands title. Then I went on to win a 5 Nations title against a lad from Ireland. Then I went on to win a European title against a French lad. Then I defended it straight away against a Portuguese lad. And then I got the world title opportunity that I fought for a few weeks ago, but unfortunately, I lost. No, but it was a close fight, to be honest.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a close fight, split decision. Could have went either way. I thought I won. Mace thought he won.
A steak?
It's not very nice, but yeah, close fight. But it is what it is. We go again.
So what's the plan? Are you back in for that? You having a rematch with him? Or?
Oh no, I didn't really think about a rematch. I was going to go down in weight. I fight 70 kilo now. I was going to go to 67. Paul and everyone at the gym is always telling me I should go down anyway because everyone I fight's always massive.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I don't really look heavy, but obviously for my size in the fighting world, I'm quite heavy. So most of my opponents are big. I don't really struggle normally with tall people. But my last opponent was tall, had like a head on me, plus. But he was also the same width as me. It's quite mad when you look at it to think, how can we be the same weight? But we was the same weight because I seen him jump on the scales. But the only thing I can imagine is he probably did a big cut to get down to the weight, whereas this time I didn't do a cut. I come in on the weight basically. So
yeah, that's what
I'd say on the day he was probably a bit heavier than me. But no excuses. He won the fight, but it was close, split decision. So it could have been worse, and I could have got absolutely levered, couldn't I, for 5 rounds or stopped. But
well, yeah, you just gotta fucking do what you need to do, don't you?
yeah, definitely.
So what goes through your mind when you're getting in the ring? What's your mentality like?
It's quite weird. Some people get nervous. A lot of people get nervous on the build-up to the fights. I tend not to really watch my opponents anymore because I used to watch footage of my opponents and everyone always posts their highlights. So I watch my opponent absolutely spark someone out, and then for months I'm like, I've got to fight this lad.
It's gonna be me.
Oh, that could be me. So now I tend not to really watch him. It keeps my nerves down. But I only really get nervous when I see him on a day.
Yeah.
When you get to the event, or normally when you hear him warming up or something, or you see him starting to warm up, and then that's when the nerves hit. But apart from that, I don't really. I enjoy it now. It's quite weird.
Yeah.
I don't get nervous. I just.
So any
Just fighting, aren't we?
weird little rituals before you go on? It's lucky boxers or?
No, not really, mate. Just plenty of food.
There's definitely a few people that do that, and you just like, if it works for you, it works for you. But it's probably easier not to have it because if you lose them boxers, I mean, you're in trouble then.
Yeah, no lucky
None of that.
boxers.
Yeah,
no boxers. I'm only joking.
That's the best way to do it.
No, but yeah, I don't really get nervous. We train every day. Every single day I train. And the majority of the time, I always feel like I've sparred people who I'm fighting. I've sparred people heavier than them at the same level of them. So not saying I can't be hurt because I can't be hurt. But I just don't really. It is what it is, isn't it?
I think that's one of the good things about this gym. There's always variety, isn't there?
And I feel like I train that much now. I know what to do in most situations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm hurt, I know what to do. Try not to get hurt anyway, but it's always fingers crossed. So far, you stay on my feet.
And you've seen it before, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen it all before.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, who would you say your biggest inspiration is? It could be in the fight world or outside.
Do you know what? I don't really have I'm just getting inspired by everyone, really. If I think people, if you get in the ring, anyone who gets in the ring deserves a lot of respect, because it's not many people would just go toe to toe, one on one with someone. Do you know what I mean? It's quite lonely, and you're in there on your own. And I said this after my last loss. With like a football team, if you lose together.
Yeah.
As a team, the loss is divided. Whereas when you're in the ring, you lose, it's just you've lost on your own. So I think anyone who gets in the ring really inspires me. I like to see the young kids though, really, training.
Yeah, 'cause you know they're going to be leaving.
Yeah, and I watch them. I always say when I have kids, my kid is definitely being forced.
Yeah,
to
100%.
train, like.
I said that to Ad because we trained for like a couple of years as kids and then stopped. And I was just like, imagine the units we'd be now if we'd like stuck to it.
Yeah,
And it's just like, you want it, and it's just good stuff. Now we've got into it a bit later in life. It's like, I'd be pretty good if I was.
Yeah, I always say that because I started kickboxing when I've trained on and off. I started when I was about 12 at a different gym, obviously, and I trained for about 2 years. But the lad who took me to the gym, he was like one of their top boys at the time, and our family had a bit of a falling out, so it was my place to leave that gym.
Yeah.
So then I'd have a bit of time off, then I'd go back. But I was the king of training for 7 months, putting my heart and soul into it, then disappearing for 6 months and putting on 20 kilos. I did that 4 times. I remember the one time I disappeared, when I started training at this gym, I come into the gym, I got fit, I was in great shape, I left, I didn't come for like 4 or 5 months. I walked through the door, I put 3 stone on, 20 kilo, I always do the same. And I walked through the door over there, and Kieran and Joe Dadson, and they just looked at me, and they just started laughing. And I thought, how's that for your mental health? They just looked at me and gone, what have you done to yourself? Like,
I'll get you on the treadmill there, won't it?
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to like go up and down in my training, but I'd disappear. But I think if I stuck at it from that age, where would you be? Do you know what I mean? But then that's what I mean. I'm 31 now. Well, something like that. And I thought to myself, it's not too late. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I suppose it's never too late. And here I am trying to.
So I mean, with 2 years and to have all that success already is pretty mad, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's quite weird because obviously I didn't expect to be. I remember the first tournament at ISKA Nationals. I fought a lad from Wigan. I looked across. Kieran told me, he said, I know that gym. They've got a great coach, TKMA. Dale Bannister's the coach. I fought one of his lads, and I looked across. He was taking his top off to get changed, and I thought, well, I can't be fighting him because he was so, and he was jacked, and by the time I was a bit bigger, like, so I was quite small and not fat, but I thought I can't be fighting him. And again, like, that's where it comes in. You can't judge people either in this sport, because the ones who you look at and think, oh my God, have I got to fight that lad? I'll always knock them out. It's the ones where you look and think, oh, it's not too much to worry about.
No.
And they're the ones that give you
Take you the whole way.
they wake you up a bit, do you know what I mean?
No.
So yeah.
Why do you say like the biggest sacrifice you've had to make is?
Is this recording now?
Yeah, but so we.
Oh, sorry. Do you know what? I work at Cadbury's in the chocolate factory, so I have to make sacrifices every day when I'm in camp, because all I want to do is eat chocolate. Do you know?
That's a horrible place to be.
Yeah, it's the worst place to work. I'm there trying to cut weight. I don't balloon into weight now. I walk around what I walk around at, probably ideally about 75, 74. Then I would bring my weight down a bit lower to the fight. But when you're at work and you're looking at all that chocolate, it just goes past me all night on the conveyor. Oh God, I just want. Oh. Nah, but there's loads of sacrifices, family meals. I used to sacrifice when I first got back on it and I lost all the weight. I wouldn't go to family meals because there wouldn't be a healthy option at the places I was going. Do you know what I mean? Like parties, you can't really go. Many holidays I've been on where I've just had to go there, train, and I've been drinking water the whole holiday. No alcohol, no. It's just quite a sad old game, really, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Because you always
just take over your whole life for nothing, for a few belts. No, I suppose
There is that, because it's just like, you don't know what the other person's doing. So it's just like, oh, well, if I have that little bit of chocolate, he might have had that, and he'll beat me up. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
constant on
right.
your
It's a
head.
mental game, and the problem is though, it is a mental game. And if you can't, you already lose. You took a loss yourself. But it does get harder.
Yeah.
The last camp was the hardest I've ever had. I was like, I had a conversation with myself. You need a bite of that. No, you don't need any of that. You know. But the problem is, if I have one bite, it's game over then.
Yeah,
I can't stop. I can't stop.
Yeah, you can kind of forget how good it is, can't you? If you cut it out completely,
Yeah.
you might be all right. But as soon as you get a little bit, it's like, actually,
Do you know what though? The truth is, the sacrifices are worth it. Like at the time, if you get your hand raised, either way, you win anyway, don't you? You get in there, you compete, you're keeping healthy, you're keeping fit, you're doing what most people won't do. But when you get your hand raised, you're like, it's all worth it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if you're getting a bout, and as you say now, well, like you said about our shed, we've got between us, Peter, we've got a fair few bouts now, and we will be adding more.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, man.
So is that what motivates you to keep going, or is there anything else?
Do you know what as well? If I don't train, I don't really enjoy my job too much. Ideally, I wouldn't like to work, do you know what I mean? It'd be nice to go pro and make some money one day, but
Yeah,
who knows, could be too old. Maybe not.
not sure.
Don't know, we'll see. But yeah, if I don't train with my job, I used to fall into like, not depression, but it would definitely affect me, do you know what I mean? I would need to train, because if I didn't train, I used to feel like I'm quitting work, I don't want this job, I can't do this job. But training was the only thing that would actually get me through it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and give you some balance.
Yeah, it would give me balance, yeah, and it just keeps my head straight.
Yeah, no, definitely. So what else has combat sports done for you then? Not this place, just as a fighting in
I'm
general.
going to say this place. What has it done for me? Well, it's got me in shape. You meet great people. You become quite well known, especially in the kickboxing world. Especially, like, everyone knows everyone from all over the country. Someone will say someone's name and they're like, oh, him. It's quite, not that I want to be, I'm not too bothered, but it's nice to get your name out there a bit and for people to...
Knocking people out.
Well,
Oh,
for
that's
knocking
good.
people out, yeah. But
Can't
the problem
write that.
is, mate, I'll tell you the truth, I've been dropping them recently. I can still drop them, but I haven't been knocking them out, do you know what I mean? So, like, obviously I was knocking them out at a certain level, now the level's rising. I'm dropping them. My next fight, I'm coming to knock someone out, hopefully. That's my plan.
We'll be
But,
able to play this back when you've done
Yeah,
it.
well, hopefully. But it's the thing is, you be in there, you don't go and looking for the knockout. You just catch someone, and it's always the ones that don't even feel like you've hit them. And you just look and you're like, no way, that was easy. But then you have other fights and you hit them with everything, and they're like, just looking at you as if to say. And then that's when you know you're in a bit of trouble, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
a bit more serious.
Yeah. But now combat sports, it's great for you, isn't it? Best sports in the world, fighting, boxing, kickboxing.
Something like to keep your focus. Like
That's great.
yeah, 100%.
Keeps you eating healthy, keeping fit, running, strength. Plus, it's also good to look good, do you know what I mean? No one
Yeah.
wants to be unhealthy.
No,
Well, I
definitely.
don't. But as I say, I'm going on holiday in a few days, so I might put on a few pounds.
We'll let you off. As long as you knock him out, it's all right. So, last question then. What's next for you? What's the...
So obviously I fought for the ICO world title against a lad from Ireland. As I say, split decision, close fight, loss. Gutted at the time. But it's like people say, to fight for a world title in 2 years. 2 years and 4 months and I fought for a world title. That would have been some story, do you know what I mean? That was my plan. That was my story, but like it didn't quite go to plan. It's not like I weren't training properly, because I did. I had a nutritionist, strength and conditioning with Chris Mayer. All proper people who know their stuff. So it is what it is, but I've got an opportunity now for a WKU world title.
Brilliant.
In September on a local show at the ice rink.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
it'll be good because it's hard to sell. It's quite hard to sell tickets nowadays. People mess you around, but it's local, so hopefully get a lot of people there. That's against another Irish lad. I was thinking about calling for a rematch with the lad who I fought, but I decided I was going to go down in weight to 67. But then I was offered this WKU world title at 70 kilo, so I'm not going to turn it down.
No.
So I'll fight for this at 70 kilo, and then after that, I think I'll go down to 67. But yeah, the next fight, WKU world title against some Irish fella.
What show is that on then? The
Paul Gilmore.
Is that on the
show? Yeah. So
show?
basically, there's another lad. There's another lad from a different gym. I was meant to fight him. But the plan was, I win that fight, and then me and him fight to defend my title. So after the fight, I didn't win. I spoke to the promoters. They said, we can still offer you the fight, just do it at a different weight. 2 kilo heavier or 2 kilo lighter, one thing or another. But yeah, I don't know what's happened with that. But I've got this opportunity now. That's what I'm working towards, yeah.
Perfect.
And I will win this time.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Nice one, man.